Good day, everybody. It's Bordeaux Rose here. How are you today? I am almost ready to go. But I was having thoughts. I was watching, I've been watching these videos about Jeffree Star and Nikkietutorials. And we all have our opinion, so I figured let me finish my makeup and I'm gonna share my opinion on some of these videos. Normally here on my channel, I review products. I talk about, hair, things like that. But today, you know what? I'm going to talk about a little bit of the drama, okay? Just a little bit. Now, one time before did a video on Jeffree Star and oh my goodness, it was horrible. Right now I have that video on private because people are nasty, okay? So I just put the video on private because what I wasn't about to do is just fight all over the internet and I got other things to do. Okay, I wasn't gonna do that. But anyway, so, and I also already finished my base because there's a Too Faced product that I use and Lord knows. Nobody wants to fight with you guys about how I shouldn't use Too Faced anymore. But anyway, listen, as most of the world, the beauty community knows, Jeffree Star and his boyfriend Nathan broke up over the past week, I think it was. He came out and did a video about them breaking up, and Jeffree Star came out with a video saying that they broke up and that they needed to take care of themselves. They were too busy taking care of each other. So, this and that. And I'm just like, if you're too busy taking care of each other, then I don't understand the breakup. I don't get that, because I always say that in a relationship, if you're taking care of each other, there is no need for, or not necessarily need, because we all do need time to ourselves. And I know that they got time to themselves because Jeffree's always away on business. Sometimes Nate is there. Sometimes maybe he's not. I'm not too sure. I don't live with them. But at the end of the day, I just feel like it's fine that he doesn't want to tell, in my opinion, the real truth of why they're breaking up, because I just don't buy that. You know what I mean? Because if you're taking care of each other, there's no need to break up. Like, you guys should be good if you're taking care of each other. That's what partners, boyfriend, girlfriend, husbands, wives, marriages, relationships are about, even friendships, right? But, to me, and maybe I might get a little bit of hate for this. I'm sorry, but I have to tell you how I feel, okay? I feel like Jeffree Star has some type of personality disorder, because if you pay attention to his track record, he always has a problem with somebody. He's always ending a relationship. And I want to say it's once a year, but I'm not too sure how often it is. But he's always ending a relationship. And there is something to be said about that. When you're always losing somebody in your life, relationship-wise, okay? I mean, because a friendship is a relationship. And he's lost quite a few friends over the past few years. And it's like always some type of drama in his life with his relationships. And I don't know about you, but I kind of saw this coming with Nathan, because there is no way you're going to tell me that you've been living and been in a relationship with a man for all these years, but you're still a straight man. Like, that is weird. That is, I can't understand that, And I understand some people don't like to be labeled, but if you're going to be living with a man and in a relationship with a man for 5 years, you cannot, in my opinion, using the label as straight with the definition that it is, that society has on straight, it just doesn't, you know what I mean? I felt like this was a ticking time bomb with them too. I felt like it. I've also asked several times in several videos that I've had to put on mute because people are so nasty. Whatever happened with he used to have this black manager, and I keep asking what happened to her, but, I don't know. It's like she just disappeared. So I guess my point is, all of his relationships are just, there's always a problem. And I think that he needs to look within himself. And he really needs to, I know that there's probably not going to be an outing Nathan video or anything negative he's going to say about Nathan, because he's been with Nathan for a long time. And, you know, from what we all know, they had this great relationship and what he painted to be great. But you definitely have to ask yourself, this James Charles palette, like, what is going on with it? Like, what is happening here? I'm not getting good payoff on these shimmer colors. This is so weird. And when I first bought the palette, it worked just fine. This is weird. But anyway, you know, you have to ask yourself, like, why do I keep losing people in my life? And that's something that you have to do. You have to stop and think about that. The common denominator, I mean, think about it. Manny MUA, James Charles, Tati Westbrook, and even though they don't want to admit that, but Tati Westbrook, Kat Von D, who else is there? There's so many other people, Laura Lee, and all these people, and it's just like, you know, what is happening here? Can somebody please do an intervention? Please do an intervention, please, because I really think that there is something wrong with this situation. There has to be an issue with Jeffree Star and him losing relationships. And, you know, I'm not here to glorify anything because, or not necessarily glorify it, but I'm not here to, you know, make anybody feel worse than what they are, because I'm married, and if I lost my husband, I would be hurt as well, you know what I mean? But I just feel like at the end of the day, sometimes we have to take a look at ourselves and see, like, maybe we're that person, maybe we're being toxic, and maybe it's not that, oh, you need help, you need how can I say, not help, but he was saying that, you know, they needed to take care of themselves. And it's like, no, that's not why you're in a relationship. You're in a relationship to take care of each other. If you ever come to the conclusion that you need to take care of yourself, there's something else going on there. And you know what? Maybe there is something to say to that, because you need to step back and figure out what's going on with you that you keep losing all these relationships. So I guess self-help is true, self-care. And I do believe in self-care in general, you know, but when you're in a relationship long-term, you should be getting help as well from your partner. You and your partner should be able to, you know, come together, love each other, take care of each other mentally, physically, all that good stuff. To me, that's kind of what a relationship is about. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I just think that there's something going on with Jeffree Star, and he's not seeing it. Like, he's just not. I find him to be a little narcissistic and a little bit, in my opinion, bipolar, you know? And I know that sometimes I see him, I'm not the biggest Jeffree Star fan, but I see people for who they are. And I see him, like, sometimes I feel like he's trying to be a good guy and nice and sweet. And then other times I see him and I feel like, oh my goodness, like, this guy is mean. Like, he is just, like, mean-spirited. Some of the things that he says, some of the words that he uses is just like, you know, I don't know. It just takes me back sometimes. But also, we all saw Nikkietutorials come out, and she is transgender. I have mixed feelings about that, okay? And go ahead and unsubscribe if you want. Okay, I get it. I'm not making any money anyway right now. So, you know, do your thing. But I have mixed feelings about this. I feel definitely that nobody should make you, you know, come out and tell your business if you don't want to. The problem that I have, though, is two things. Well, not really. One, I was going to say, like, why did it have to take for you to get blackmailed? But like I said, you don't have to tell people your business. You don't have to, okay? You don't absolutely have to come out and get on camera and all this. But I didn't buy the whole, I wanted to come out and tell you guys, but since I've been blackmailed, let me just go ahead and do it. I want to do it in my time. Like, sis, you've been on YouTube forever. Like, stop it. You were not going to do it. I think she was going to try to live her life and just not ever have to say anything about it. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Maybe she would have said it 20 or 30 years down the road. I don't know. But I just feel like she was nowhere near going to tell anybody about this. Okay, that's number one. And I like Nikkietutorials. Most days I like her. Sometimes I feel like she does too much extra stuff, and I feel like she doesn't tell the 100% truth about the quality of some of the products that she's using. That's just how I feel, you know. But in general, she's cool. I watch her randomly. Once in a while, I watch her. I don't really subscribe to watching every video that she comes out with. But the other problem that I have, and I don't know why people are overlooking this, and this is what makes me question people, you know, like, how are you going to say that your fiance, the person that you've been with for a long time, is just finding out about this like recently? What? No, 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 no. See, that's where I have a problem. Hold on, because I need to be quiet to do this. I don't know why. Normally I don't, but I'm having a rough morning, I guess. But to me, that is a problem. I feel like at the end of the day, if you're in a relationship with somebody, okay, you're getting married. You're getting married to somebody. You're engaged to somebody. How are they recently finding out that you're transgender? That to me is deception. You know, that is deception at its best. And think about it. Put yourself in his shoes. How would you feel if you were dating somebody, you were having sex with this person, you were planning a life with this person, and you didn't even know they were a man or a woman? Like, you met a guy. Let's say you're a woman watching this, and you met a guy, and you're all in love, and everything is great, and you think like, oh my God, we're going to have kids. And I don't know if when you transition, you can have kids. I don't know. Excuse me. I really don't know. I have no idea. That's no shade or anything. I don't know if you can, but what if that person is thinking about children and stuff? You know, like, you have to be honest about things like that from the beginning. She had enough money to where when she met him and realized that it was serious, to make him sign an NDA. Once she told him, like, straight up, like, soon as she realized it was serious, she should have, well, I feel like you should tell people stuff like that from the beginning. But if she felt like she wasn't sure because she didn't want everybody to know, blah, blah, blah. Once she realized that she was really dating this guy for a while, I'm sorry if you hear that. That's my dog outside dragging his food bowl again, if you can hear it. Because when I play these back, I don't hear it. So, but anyway, but it's loud to me. Anyway, I just feel like at the end of the day, if you felt like it was getting serious, you saw that you guys were like getting ready to have sex and stuff like that, I think before, in my opinion, comment below and tell me when you think you should tell a person something like that, like your transaction, like a transition. I'm sorry, you guys, that you're transgender. Tell me in the comments below, when do you think you should tell someone that you're transgender or anything like that, anything that would hinder the relationship or whatever the case may be? Because apparently, I mean, I don't know her husband like that. I don't know, or her fiance. I don't know if he's bisexual or if he's homosexual or what he is. So I can't tell you. I don't really follow their relationship like that. But in my mind, I'm thinking, what if this guy's like truly heterosexual and you never told him this? Like, what does recently mean? Like, that's my question. Like, what does recently mean? What do you mean he found out recently? And of course, this is none of my business, but since you put it out there, okay? And again, I'm not mad. I'm not trying to throw shade, but these are my questions, you know? I mean, when were you really like gonna tell anybody ever? Because I don't think she was, and she didn't have to. Don't get it twisted. She didn't have to, because who am I? You don't have to. I feel like homosexuality, I don't need to come out on film and tell people. I don't need to make an announcement that I'm homosexual. If I'm homosexual, I'm homosexual. Like, what is it of your business? It's whoever I'm with, whoever I'm intimately in a relationship with, that needs to know that. Not the public. I don't think the public needs to know. Let me be clear about that. But I guess my point is, you know, and also I kind of feel, I don't know, I don't even know, like, a part of me is feeling torn. Like, maybe she shouldn't have said anything. Maybe she should have let the people talk, you know what I mean? And just let it be what it is. But because she's such a big public figure, I know at some point her publicist probably would have been like, listen, you got to speak out on this. But truthfully, it's nobody's business. People have been talking about Queen Latifah being gay forever. She never came out and said, hey, you know what? Yeah, you know, I'm gay. You know what I mean? She just lived her best life, you know? So I don't know. I just feel like people need to let people live their lives. That's number one. I personally felt like she didn't want to tell anybody, period. I love that she did have the courage to come out and tell everybody, though. That was cool. You know, that was cool, because sometimes things like that are hard, especially when you really feel in your heart that, listen, I am not a boy. Like, I am not a boy. I could just imagine, I'm a heterosexual woman. I am a full, natural woman. So I don't know exactly how that feels. I'm just trying to use my imagination here and trying to be considerate. And I think that that is a very sensitive thing. And if you really truly feel like you are one way, you were born one way, and you do not identify with the other way, then yeah, maybe it probably even slipped around a couple times that she was really a boy and not a girl. You know what I mean? And it's hard for her to probably talk about that. So I'm really torn on the whole situation. I believe that she wasn't gonna say anything, but who am I, honey? Who am I? I'm just a micro channel here, honey. I hold no weights, but I just felt like I needed to talk about that, and just, I wish people nowadays were more compassionate at the same time, because why would you go and blackmail somebody to tell their truth? Like, what does it matter to you? Like, who are you? Like, why do you feel the need to control what I do and when I do it? Like, I don't get that. But here's my thing though. How does somebody else know that you're transgender to the point where they are trying to manipulate and forgive me, you guys, to manipulate you and to blackmail you into telling, but your fiance doesn't know? Well, I don't know, at one point he found out, so I can't say that. But let's just assume, you guys, that he didn't know the whole time. Let's just assume that he didn't know until she got blackmailed that, she was transgender. Let's just assume that. And if that's the case, that is, whew, I want to see what's going to happen with that. Yes, I know. But I'm curious. Let's put it that way. I'm curious to see how that's what's going to happen after that. Because if he's found out when the blackmailer started tugging at her coattail, ooh, that is devastating, honey. I don't know. Personally, I'm going to tell you what I would do in a case like that. If I were him, in my opinion, I'm thinking, let's say I found out that my husband was actually a woman in the past. I will break up with him. I will get a divorce. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm going to feel like I can't trust you. Why didn't you tell me that from the beginning? Why do you feel the need to be deceptive? And now I'm going to think that you're going to hide bigger things from me. Well, that's huge. So I'll put it this way. God knows what what else you're hiding from me. Put it that way. So I just feel like that's just a big issue. It's huge. It's big. It's a problem, and I wish her the best. I'm glad that she had the courage to come out and actually say something. In my opinion, I don't think it was necessary. She didn't have to. But again, her loved ones probably didn't know. Like, her family knew, but her fiance, her friends probably didn't really know that, so maybe that's the issue. But at the end of the day, I feel like it was deception on the part of her being engaged, and her fiance did not know that. And I feel sorry for them, because now it's going to be hard, because if this guy has been known to be heterosexual all his life, and now he's with her and she's coming out as transgender, the reality of it is it's kind of a homosexual situation. But she says she doesn't have boy bits, so I don't know. This is a tough one, you guys. Tell me what you think. I'm kind of torn on the whole situation, but I do feel like it is definitely a situation of deception if her husband or her fiance did not know before. But anyway, my makeup is done, honey. Just about done. I'll check it out when I'm done. But anyway, that's just how I feel about it. Hopefully not too many of you leave for my opinion. Let me take my hair down. Hopefully not too many of you leave because of my opinion, but I have to be honest, you know what I mean, and just tell how I feel about the whole situation. And I just really think that at the end of the day, it's kind of deceptive to be in a whole relationship, be engaged and all this stuff, and not tell your fiance that you are a man or a woman, whichever it is. I would be devastated if I found out that my husband was not a man. I would be torn. I would be upset. I wouldn't know what to do. That would just drive me bananas. So you guys tell me what you would do if your husband or your fiance or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your boyfriend's boyfriend or whatever did that to you, how you would feel. But I'm happy that she came out. You know, it's really good because a lot of people are going to be inspired. I love the fact that she didn't try to use her transgender status to make it in life. Like, she just wanted to be this girl to put makeup on and, you know, and live her best life. And that is amazing. That is awesome. And I get it. You know, I get why she also didn't want to say anything. She just wanted to live her life and just be what she feels on the inside. I do get it, but you have to be honest about certain situations. And that is one. It was deceptive if her fiance did not know early, okay? He should not be finding this out recently, okay? But anyway, you guys, and everybody pray for Jeffree Star. I feel like he needs some kind of prayer. I'm not the biggest Jeffree Star fan. Like I said, I'm not a Jeffree Star fan like that, but I am a human fan, you know, and I feel like he is a person that he has a problem, in my opinion, and he needs to get it fixed, you know, and he really does need to work on himself, you know. But anyway, and he has a lot of money, and that's great, but money is not everything. I don't care. You call me the broke bitch on YouTube talking shit all you want to, but at the end of the day, I don't lose friends every year. So, you know, I just want him to get some help because that is a problem. And I'm not trying to laugh at it, but, you know, people are always talking trash. So, okay. But anyway, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, this is Bordeaux Rose. Thank you for all my new subscribers that have been rolling through. I appreciate you. Stick with me. Thank you. Anyway, have an amazing day. I'm out. Bye-bye.